Hey y'all, welcome back to the garage. Today we're going to be building a flat stock bender for a project I got coming up. If y'all remember, I built the used oil burner last year. It's got a 4-inch chimney on it. I need to upgrade it to a 6-inch, so I need to make an adapter ring to, attach the new 6-inch chimney to. And we're going to build a tool to bend that ring. So, if you think that's interesting, hang out. We'll get to build. Alright y'all, we're going to build this thing out of just some random pieces of scrap we got laying around. This is a base off of a straight caster. I want something I can put it in the vise and clamp it down and hold it. So that's going to be our base for our tool. Here's another piece of random steel. It's 1/2 inch. It's already got a couple holes drilled in it, so I think that's going to work for that. Got some 1/2 inch bolts. This is going to be the pivot for that. So there'll be one there that comes up through the bottom, and then let's see if I got this figured out right here. Yeah. Be one that comes up through the bottom like that, and then another one welded onto this piece, and this is going to be our pivot, and then there'll be another one welded over this side here. And what you'll do is I'll lay the flat stock in there, and then it'll have a handle on it, and as you bend it, it'll bend it around this center bolt. So I do have another piece of this flat stock I'm going to weld out here, so that way the flat stock won't be angled. It'll be laying straight across as we're bending it around. So that's about it. So let me get some holes drilled in here, and we'll get to fabricating. Alright y'all, might be able to see a little better what we got going on here. This is going to be my pivot that I'll drill all the way through here. I'll run a bolt up from the bottom, weld it around the bottom. This piece will swing. There'll be another pin in this piece, come up like this. And as you put your steel through here, this pin will catch it and bring it around. I may go ahead and drill another hole closer to this pin on this pivot, but for right now, this is what we're going to do. So I just got to drill the holes in this bottom plate, because I'm going to actually run the bolt up through the bottom, weld it around the bottom, and that way there's no lip here. And same thing with here. This plate will be welded fast, probably just tack welded in place. But this pin here, I'll actually cut the head of the bolt off and leave it up a little bit. I'll plug weld it on the bottom, and then on the back side I'll put a little weld to keep it square. So that's what we got going on. Let me pop a couple holes in here, and we'll come back. Alright y'all, I've got those all drilled in that plate. Now I guess this will be a better representation of how this is going to work. Stick the steel in through this way here. There'll be a handle probably on this side here, and you'll just bend it around. The steel will run between these 3 bolts, and this one acts as a pivot. So and then once I get the head of this one here cut off, we'll be able to go completely 90 with it, so if I have to. But being as I'm bending a circle, I just need to make small incremental bends as I rotate the stock through it. So yeah, this should handle anything from thin gauge flat stock. I'm hoping it'll take up to a 1/4 inch. That's kind of asking a lot, but it might work. So next thing I need to do is clean this up a little bit. I need to weld this one in place, and get this one cut down, and we'll get it welded in place. So we'll bring you all back when we go to do that. Alright y'all, I got the old little Lincoln flux core welders fired up here. Got this pin all straightened out here, so see if we can't weld this in place. Alright, looks like we got that tacked in place. A little warning, y'all. This is galvanized coated. Grind that stuff off before y'all start welding. It will make you sick, or can make you sick. So that's just a little warning from the bearer. So clean this up. I'm gonna finish welding this out here. One of these days I'll get a sponsor and I'll get a really nice welder, but this welder works good enough for what we do. That's not a bad weld. If you all can see that. Not a bad weld for a little flux core welder. So, all right, I'll get the other one set up here, and we'll get it welded in place. Bring y'all back after we get that all done. All right, y'all. She pivots on there nicely. So, I'm happy with it. So, I'll get this other one on there, and we'll get it all good and squared up and get it welded in place. Alright, y'all, we got that second bolt all welded in place, or pin, whatever you want to call it. It's a bolt, so it's a bolt. Got this plate tacked in place, so give you guys a little better idea, visual what it's going to do is, I know this has holes in it, but it's a nice long piece that I had. I still got to weld this one and this one here, and then when we pull this arm around, it'll bend this, bend it around like that. And for our circle, we'll just keep, moving a little bit, pulling it, moving it, pulling it, so that'll make a nice curve. Like I said, it's got to be 6 inches and crossed, so yeah, so that's how it's going to work. I need to get the head of this bolt cut off so we can get it up in this here, and like I said, I'm going to plug weld it from the bottom side. We'll grind it smooth, and then we'll put probably a half moon weld around this back side here so it doesn't interfere with where the steel is going to sit. So let me get this thing cut off. I'll get it welded in there, and we'll bring you all back. Alright, guys, I got this all welded up here. You see, I put this little stub on here. I got this little piece of 1/2 inch square tubing. We're going to use it as a lever handle. I want to make sure I can store this thing kind of compact. I didn't want a big long handle, so grab me some 1/4 inch by 1.5 inch stock here. Now this thing is still kind of warm, so I'm going to stick that in there. Let's slide our handle on here. Now the stuff I'm going to be bending is a lot thinner than this, so that noise you hear on there is the paint bending on the or paint breaking off the metal. So all right, yeah, she bent that 1/4 inch nicely. So yeah, so I shouldn't have any problem bending that 1/8 inch stuff that I'm going to use for the other project. So all right, I liked it. Worked nice. So I wonder if we can. No, we can't bend it back the other way, but might be able to put it in there. Oh God, no, I can't bend it back the other way. So we'll get that straightened back out. That's a good piece of steel. So all right, there you have it. How to make a flat stock bender. Like I said, if you're going to be bending thinner stuff, this thing will work nice. There, I did just bend that 1/4 inch, and I'm sure if I put some heat on that, put it in there, it would work it right around. So, all right, you know, and also, like I was thinking too, I may have to drill another hole up here a little closer, just to, you know, get a little tighter. But it works nice here like that. So that's all I need. So. Alright y'all, there you have it. How to make a flat stock bender out of just scraps you got laying around the shop. You know, I kind of went a little more extravagant on mine. You know, with the pivot and stuff like that. But you know, it don't take much. I've actually done it with just putting 2 bolts in a piece of steel, welded them up, heat it up, and bend it that way. You know, you put your bolts real close together and just work it around if you got enough material for, you know, for your leverage. But you know, this is something I've been wanting to build for a while. I'm sure we'll tweak it a little bit, but other than that, I think it's going to work great. So appreciate y'all watching. If you would please, down there and hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Leave me a comment. What do you think about it? Think if it's nice? Think it's junk? Think I should just give up and buy something? I'm never one to buy something. If I can make it, I'll make it. So anyways, appreciate y'all watching. Sunday night live streams, come on in, hang out, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Appreciate y'all coming in there and saying hi and everything. So that's all I got for you today, guys. And as always, you know, keep wrenching.